with that guy Jay Tuck. You know, we run through, we do our thing as these YouTubers.
Right.
We do our YouTube thing, if you will.
Right.
And then you know what? You know what we do? We kind of backdoor, we pour some little Ciroc in the building, right? A little Ciroc or whatever.
Just a little.
Just a little. And chop it up with y'all, man. And look, we're gonna talk some Cowboys. We're gonna open up the lines, let y'all call in as well. We're going to answer some questions. Maybe we'll have a good time for about an hour and a half because, it's not the weekend. We're going to actually get a specific time for the after party. But right now, though, episode 2 of the after party, you are now tuned in. TJ Todd's in the building. Mr. Cantor's in the building. Matt Owen, Professor O's in the building. Professor O is in the building. My guy Joshua Parker is in the building. Oh man, Stewart said, "What's up, boys?" In the building. So right about now, as we're building up, man, get the likes, get the subs, get the shares, and of course, man, you got to put something in the cup, man.
Yeah.
We over with the Ciroc. We banging the Ciroc. Yeah, a little nightcap, nothing major. A little nightcap over here.
Right.
Put some in the cup. Grab you a cold brewski, even your IPAs of the world. I know you guys. I know some guys here drink some IPAs. I already know what's going on, my boy Ryan. Yeah, 30. Hey, from your lips to God's ears, Joseph. From your lips to yeah, you already know. After party to what? Well, you missed the first show, Josh. We was over there on CFO, man. You got a sub to Cowboys fan only.
Yeah, we went live. We had some things to say.
Right. Yeah, you got a sub over there. And now, we're on the after. Now we're just going to kick our feet back a little bit. Maybe we'll kick our feet back. We'll have a good time with y'all, man. We're going to rock with y'all. Maybe we're going to open up the phone line. Man, I got the phone right here. Y'all can call in, man. We're going to have a good time, man. Obviously, outside of the phone line, shoot us the questions. You are now in tuned to episode 2. Man of the after party. It is what it is. The party. Hey, let's go. So rock in the building. Oh, look. I told you, I knew somebody was drinking an IPA. I felt somebody was drinking an IPA in the comments section. My guy Matt Owen, Professor O in the building.
No, Matt, that's Hotel, man. That's Cassidy and R. Kelly. Jay-Z and R. Kelly had the after party, man. Fiesta.
Yeah.
It's funny because when we started this on Friday, that song has been ringing in my head.
Yeah. Sid's in the building as well, man. What's going on, Sid? Oh, boy, Space Cowboy. Man, what's going on, Space Cowboy? You know what I'm saying? Man, boy, we got they're checking in on us. Real quick, let me get back here. Moving forward, I'm going to chill on the comments for a section. We're going to get into some things. Again, like as I said, call line's wide open. So by all means, hit the line. We'll get you on here. Yeah. We want to talk about it. No ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Just so we clear, y'all, because I know a lot of y'all didn't catch my show on the CFO channel, but y'all need a CFO gang up. But y'all call me Jay Tuck. My name is Jordan Tucker. So whenever y'all want to post any Jay Tuck stuff in the Star Gang group, y'all can tag Jordan Tucker, man, because I'm here, man. So a lot of conversation today with a lot of people in the Star Gang group. So if anyone's in here and feels free to call in, we can definitely talk about it and address it if you want to. So
yeah, I mean, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Man, my guy SoFlo's in the building.
What's up, broski?
Yeah, what's going on, SoFlo? Oh, man, so let me get that CFO shirt.
They're coming back, man. They're coming back. We're gonna get these CFO, man. We're gonna do some giveaways. We gotta get ready for draft talk, man. So, CFL game.
Yeah, my guy Brian Cooper's in the bill. Said gin and cranberry, man. You know what? I'm gonna tell you what. I was a gin drinker back in the day. Now, I was a gin drinker. I was as a young man. I was a gin drinker. Oh, real quick. Well, we got a call. Let me get in here. It's Quebec. I already know what it is. It's my boy Sid. Sid, what's good, man? Chime in. What's good, baby? Hold on, let me get you on the. Hold on, go ahead, run it back.
What's up, fellas? What's up, fam? What's up, Jay?
What's up, Sid, my guy? How you hanging there in Canada, man?
Hello?
Yeah, how you doing in Canada, bro?
Yeah, I'm doing good, man. Just a new job, hitting the gym, getting back to my life where it's supposed be.
That's what's up. That's what's up. What you got for me and Jay Tuck tonight, brother?
So I want to know, do you think that the Dallas Cowboys have been doing the right moves to get us to that Super Bowl this year? That's what I want to know.
All right, fair enough. Fair enough. Jay Tuck?
Yeah. So, I mean, when we talked about this, going back and when the season first ended, man, you had a 5-point plan. So thus far, we took care of the most important piece, which was signing Dak Prescott. Now here we are, kind of like step 2, free agency. It's been kind of lukewarm. But I feel like hopefully the Cowboys can take advantage of the draft, get some of these draft picks in, and then also start to push things in the right direction. So, I mean, I don't want to start Super Bowl talk right now because a lot of work that remains to be done. But as of right now, I would say no. I mean, I feel like as we stand currently, Sid, we're in no different circumstance than when we stood when the season ended. The only difference was Dak's now going to be a lifelong Cowboy. So I feel like we haven't made any move at this point that's really going to project us in that, all right, this was the move. Now, we can do that here in the end of April. But as of right now, I haven't seen anything done. So I'm saying no.
Yeah, shout out to my guy Lunatic. So I'm finally not working today. Let's go. Another 6-hour stream. No, sir. No, sir. Whoa, hold up.
You can tag in Lunatic after me. I can't do 6 hours, man.
Yeah, we're not going to do 6 hours. Yeah, we're going to do 6. We'll give you a hot 90, though. Give you that hot 90 minutes, maybe. We'll see what happens. Appreciate you tuning in as always. Back to our guy Sid's question. No, this isn't the Super Bowl roster yet.
Right.
It's incomplete still. Does a KJ Wright show up? Does an outside cornerback? I mean, who do they sign between now and the draft? Who do we draft? A lot of things to happen. And look, and low key, right? And then whenever we get on the other side of the draft, who do they bring in after that?
Right.
So yeah, no, it's incomplete right now. I think if you want to hang your hat on anything, your quarterback's here. You have a top 5 quarterback. And when you got a top 5 quarterback that's going to be healthy, man, you got a chance. Right, so that's where you're going to hold, hang your head, and say, okay, here's where we are, here's what we can do, and then move on from there. But way too early to talk about this roster being a Super Bowl caliber, roster right now. But you got your quarterback, which gives you a chance.
Right.
That means I'm going to throw it back up there. That's our first question. First call in. Anybody wants to call in, man, 903-475-6815, man. We'll hit you up. We'll make you do what it do. Oh, my boy Rome's in the building as well. Yeah, coming down here. Oh, the boy Frankie.
Frankie in the building, man.
Let me get Frankie in the building. Let's put it up here real quick. The boy Frankie with them cool shades on there over the Twitter.
Yeah. And Steve, I expect the CFO store to be open next week. So I'm almost there, man, to get it back open. So it's just, I'm trying to keep the same name, but I'm trying to work on how I can keep that same URL and all that stuff. So
okay, there it is. There's a little update. Right, 24 hours. Space Cowboy 24 hours. I don't know what you're talking about. We got another call though. Got another call here. Let me see. Boy, state your name. Where you from?
Nick, Jay Tuck, how you doing? This is the Lunatic from
South what's up, my guy?
Lunatic from South Texas. What's good, baby?
Como están, Cowboys Nation?
Hey, what you got for us tonight, Lunatic?
Listen, I appreciate the call in. I encourage everybody, call in, get your voices heard. What are your thoughts? How are you feeling about Cowboys Nation? Like I said, I'm looking forward to the draft. I'm disappointed a little bit in free agency. It's like, man, somebody gave me a credit card and told me you can only spend $10 on it.
Right. Exactly.
The football gods keep giving him opportunities to get unexpected talent. Hopefully he will jump on it and say, hey, you know what? That's value. Don't worry about cap hell. Once that new money comes in, ain't no such thing as cap hell. Give the players a 1-2-year deal, just like KJ Wright. If he's saying, hey, I want a 2-year deal, and you're thinking one, give him the damn 2-year deal. Get him on this team. He is a leader. He will improve that linebacker room, and let's push 54 because, let's face it, 54, LVE, and Neil next year may not be here.
Big facts, man. Lunatic, appreciate the call in. And Jason, we kind of talked about that on your show, and we were like, hey, man, give him look, and I said it myself. I'm like, hey, man, I'm okay with giving KJ Wright a 3-year deal.
Right.
I'm good here
Right.
long term. Help me out a little bit.
Right, because what he also brings to you is the value that Lunatic just mentioned. You know, you get a leader in your locker room who can be here for the next 2 to 3 years, a guy you can trust, a guy that can cover, and when healthy, he is a dynamic linebacker, man. So I feel like, yeah, give him a 3-year deal. Let's get a guy that we can say is a Dallas Cowboys guy. He's going to be here for a little bit because a lot of these 1-year deals, we're probably talking about the KZ deal, like he's kind of a little short, little rinky dink here. He could be a Cowboy temporarily deal. Now, let's get a guy that we know is going to be our guy for the future, and he can also feel comfortable and bring a lot of great intangibles to this Cowboys team defensively wise as well. So we kind of spoke about the KJ Wright signing on my channel. What does that mean for Jalen Smith and LVE? Because as you mentioned, primarily we do start off in the nickel for the most part for coverage purposes, and KJ Wright, Keanu Neal, they're a lot better in coverage than Jalen Smith and Leighton Vander Esch. And so I'm all for bringing KJ in, man, to add some more competition, more depth at linebackers position. And competition is going to make Jalen Smith grow. Like, let him know that your spot is not solidified. If you come in here with this goofy stuff, you will be replaced. And so I'm all for competition when it comes to the Dallas Cowboys. It's something I've been wanting for quite some time. So let's do it, man. Y'all know how I feel about KJ Wright. So
right, no doubt. I mean, for a long time. And look at me, as my guy Matt Owens said, hey man, I mean, let's bring in the enthusiasm, right? Bring the enthusiasm. My guy Kenneth, though, it's a question for the panel. How far do you think Farley drops now? Some insiders saying he won't drop as much as initial. Let me jump over here. Initial reactions would think. I got the bets out there. My guy.
No flow.
Spoonie. No. Spoonie took that bet. Yeah, Spoon. Solo got me on the outside corner. Spoonie and you almost got you, Jay Tuck, on the bet, but you backpedal. You backpedal. So yeah, no, absolutely. I think that he's not going to the second round. We look at the Broncos with multiple calls to him already. We saw the 40 time come out. They're telling you it's a minor surgery. He'll be ready for training camp. I don't think he's going to make it to the second round at all. That's where I'm at. Now, is he going to fall out of the top 10 if he gets past the Broncos? Yes. I mean, they're the only ones that had multiple conversations with him. But yeah, I don't. No way he makes it out of the first round, in my opinion, Frankie. Right. Jay Tuck?
Yeah, so when we last all spoke, man, I had this idea that possibly Farley could slide to us within trade-up range out of the second. I don't think that's going to be the case, man. But I said the one detail that I wanted to see personally was how did he interview at his pro day? Was he going to stand up, answer questions? What his demeanor really looks like? And for the most part, man, like I said, Nick's will vouch for this, man. After I saw the interview, I texted him. I was like, bro.
He was like, I'm out.
The key to be honest with you, out of all the corner, because I'm personally a fan of watching interviews because, like I just said, I want to see where these players' heads are mentally and can they conduct themselves as a business professional playing in the bright lights of Dallas. And when I watched Caleb Farley's interview, he stepped up there to the podium. He addressed questions. He knew what was going on with the injury. He handled everything. He didn't dance around it. And so he has a great demeanor. So it's like, someone's going to take this kid. He mentioned that Denver has interviewed him about 3 times. So that could possibly be a possible situation for him. But also his 40 just came out today, pre-injury, ranking like a 4.2. give or take. So I think there's going to be a lot of teams high on Farley, and especially since he's going to be able to come back in June. I feel like if he slides 16, 17, I don't think he slides anywhere past 20, to be honest with you. I feel like someone will take him just off of purely athleticism, what he can bring to a defense. So, my fantasy of taking Pitts and then jumping back in the first and possibly getting Farley, I will remove that right now. So
right, and I'll tell you what, Frank. We'll try to find that and link that to you because I know.
I'll link that.
We'll watch it. Yeah, we'll link that to you. Now, my guy Joseph said we always complain about Penny Pincher, Steven, but at the same time we don't criticize Will McClay defensive draft scouting department. Okay, well, I mean, here's the thing that we know about the drafting department is whenever Taco was on the board, McClay said Taco TJ. And then it turned into that, said, Marinelli was like, I want Taco. And then the following time that there was a debate, Will McClay said, hey, here's Tristan Hill, but he was kind of more on the Juan Thornhill. And Chris Richard wanted Thornhill. But again, Marinelli, old head, pounded the table and got healed. So, McClay can only do so much of bringing these guys to the table, depending on what the coaching staff wants. Then it goes to the other coaching staff to figure out what they want to do. So, I hear you a little bit on that, Joseph. I do. But again, he can only bring them to the table, and then they have to figure it out on the back end. Is kind of where I'm at. Jay Tuck, how do you feel as it pertains to that side of the draft on the defensive side?
Yeah, I agree. Because, when it comes to scouting, Will McClay has done his job. Will McClay doesn't have the voice in the draft room to be like, this is the guy, this is who you need to get. It's going to come down to the coordinators. It's going to come down to Stephen Jones, Jerry Jones, and the guys, the head coach at the time, Jason Garrett. But now it'll be Mike McCarthy to ultimately make that decision. You can only lead a horse to water. You can't make him drink. So if I give you two different candidates, I say that, maybe it's Farley that's the guy you guys should go with, or Horn's the guy you should go with. Ultimately, it's going to be on the decision makers to make that decision. You really can't hold Will McClay to the fire for that. He's done his job. He has the reports. He has the data. He has the analysis. I was actually in the Star at Frisco, and I was in that war room. Like, they have some Iron Man type technology in there, y'all, where they can drag up Caleb Farley, they can drag up JC Horn, match them just like that. You get side by side measurements and highlights and all sorts of stuff, so that the footage and the information is there. But it's on the people who make the decisions to make the right decision. So you really can't hold, Will McClay accountable for that. So,
yeah, no ifs, ands, or buts about that. With that being said, y'all keep firing the questions. Backdoor, y'all keep firing the comments. On the third side, keep putting something in your cup, because it is the after party. Low key, round 2, after party. So Rock Boys are in the building tonight for episode 2 of the after party. Man, get your IPAs, get your cold brew skis, get your little shot. My guy had the gin earlier. Shout out to him. He's braver than me. As always, man, we're going to talk about this football, man. We're going to talk about a whole bunch of other things in between. We're going to rock with y'all till 10:30. Then we got to go. Some of us got to work tomorrow and do some different things. So with that being said, as we say, well, damn it, Tuck, boy, you just a beast, though. Jesus, H. Christmas. I tell him all the time, he's a beast, man. This dude's like 3:30. Got to get this cardio, man. Fuck you. No, I love you, though. I love you, though, man. I love it.
And that's when the tweets start fired off.
I think man, you start flying. Man, shoot those questions. And as always, man, hit that call in. Hit that. Hit that call in. We're doing that tonight, man. Let me scroll back over here, man. As the likes, shares, subs, man. Table real quick. If y'all didn't catch us, CFO Cowboys fans only. We just did a show over there on J Tuck. Yeah. Man, hey, look. Shut up, dog. My guy is less than 150 away from $1,000. Yeah. Let's go. What are we talking about?
We're making a push for 1,000 subscribers, man. Like, for all of you guys that have joined the channel and subscribed, man, and comment and joined in on the interactions, man. I appreciate you guys. We're almost there. We're making this push to get to 1,000. It's my goal to be at 1,000 before the draft. We're going to do some giveaways, man. Me and Nick's has been doing the after party. My guy, the Lunatic's going to help out with that, man. We really got to make this push, man, for all the content creators out there, man. I appreciate your support. We're almost 1 year in with this whole thing. We'll be here in a few days. And so it's like we're going to do a huge celebration and giveaways, man. So, yeah, we're going to make a push and get to that next level, man, because it's like we culture. We pushing this Cowboy content forward. So,
I got space to question which free agent we added in this year's offseason can you see getting a second contract?
The only one,
because a lot of 1 years, a lot of 1 years.
The only one that we signed that's actually going to be a starter at this point. Like, I feel like Neal is the only guy that I could probably lean my head towards to be like, he's going to be back. I mean,
okay,
yeah. I mean, but I think, once we get into the thick of things, there's a few guys that can probably put their name out there, and we'll kind of see. But as of right now, I feel like Neal is going to be the only guy that's going to be able to have an extension opportunity, because he's going to be the only one getting a lot of valuable reps. We'll see what happens with KZ, how we handle that free safety position in the draft. But right now, I would say Neal, hands down. So
I'm going to go Urban. I'm going to go Urban, a little younger, rotational. Maybe they say, maybe it's time to move on from, depending on what Hill happens. I don't know. Right. There's some mixtures happening there. What do we draft and add? I think Urban's going to sprinkle some things in here. I think Urban can be the guy that can get the second contract. I'm not mad at Neal either. Right. My guy Michael said, little rum in that Yoo-hoo.
Captain Morgan and
Yeah. My boy Parker said, if it ain't brown, put it down.
Hey,
Welcome to the after party. We in this thing. Mo says subscribe, good content.
Yeah, my guy Mo,
Hey,
man.
But you're hearing the Star Game Podcast on YouTube. If you're on Facebook, jump over to YouTube, Star Game Podcast on YouTube. Cowboys fans only, man. That's what we do it for, man. We're having a good time right now. I'm my boy Donald. Yeah, beard game. One day, I'll tell you, Donald, we gonna mess around, we gonna poke tuck just enough. I saw him before kinda going, and he's like, nah, I'm good.
Nah,
But
we in springtime now. We keep it like normally this is gone. Like once the March hits, this is gone. But I'm
hold on. I got Dominic White's on the pitch train now.
Man,
Hold up.
All aboard,
Hold
man.
up.
All aboard.
Hold on, man. I gotta look at my phone real quick. Wait a minute. Let me look at my phone real quick. Let me look. Okay, all right, but that's where we are. I couldn't believe the comment section. I said, let me look. Did he really say that? My goodness.
This pitch
My
train
goodness.
is all steam ahead, man. Like it's crazy.
Oh my God, Scott. Well, I mean, look, man. I didn't want to do it yet, Scott. I didn't want to do it yet, but shout out to my guy Sky Hansen. We're behind the scenes for us. We're gonna figure out how we're gonna place this thing. Man, we're gonna have Hollywood Henderson on the show soon. Within the next month, we're gonna do the logistics. My guy Scott pivoted, made it happen. Cowboys great. Hollywood Henderson is gonna be right here, live in full effect. Then we'll let y'all know. Stay tuned in. But again, if you ain't subbed, you ain't hitting that bell, you might miss on Hollywood being in here.
Right, you're gonna miss on out. So
you're gonna miss on out, but we're gonna work that out as well. Man, let me kind of scroll through here. Oh, wait. Just got a message from the backside. Let me look.
You say growed out, man.
my guy Professor O is about to join us here in just a second, man.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm gonna get my guy Professor O in here. Let's see, I'll go on a limb. Mark Kendrick says Basham getting the second deal. Makes sense, right? Length, defensive end. What you think about that there, Tug?
Yeah, that's a good pick. Like I said, we'll see once the season starts to unfold, man, who actually gets these reps. But yeah, I feel like Basham could be. That was going to be probably my third pick. I feel like Irvin would be a safe one. I feel like Neal will be one of those guys, and I feel like if it's anyone going to be outside of that, it'd probably be Basham. But I don't want to discredit KZ right now.
Right.
But I would say Basham, man, because Jerry and the Cowboys, we love pass rushers.
Bro, KZ's contract is way too light.
Yeah,
he a one and done. You saw that contract. He just talked about that shit. I don't know. Look, Loki, I don't know if KZ is going to make it through damn training camp, depending on who the hell we draft.
I'm like, bro, who is your agent?
Oh, hold on. Look, we were told you, man, Tug, grow it out. Come on, Tug.
I ain't going out, man. Maybe you know what I'm saying, like end of the year.
Man,
I gotta not.
No, you can't grow it out. Oh yeah, Basham, as Lee said, Basham did get a 2-year deal, right? He did.
He wins by default.
Yeah, he wins. My guy Joseph backdoor said, man, I've been pitch trained for months. You might have Sewell there as well. If the Broncos are looking at Farley, watch out for Philly jumping you. I don't think they can jump us. Yeah. I think it's a wrap. They did too much already. I don't think it's going to happen. Again, man, look, we are blessed. If Pitts is on the board at 10, man.
Right.
No matter what. Boy, we got man. Look, hold on. We got more grow it. J-Tuck, we got grow it. Hold on, we got beer gang, baby. We got grow it in the building.
I got a beard, man. What else? What more do y'all
want?
Whoa. What more do y'all want from me, man?
That's like a 2:00 shadow over there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
It's like a 2:00. It's like a 2:00 shadow over there. Come on, man. Like I said, man. Oh, there you go. Paul said beards are all good. Yeah, come on, man. Look. Come on to the side, Tuck. I'm gonna start working you.
Oh, you gonna try to do a pitch? Y'all see me. November-ish. We'll talk about it. But normally, once March happens, November. But once March hits, nah.
He's like, no, I'm out. I'm done.
Yeah.
Hey man, this is the kind of talk you get over here on the after party. Look, we're gonna do this on our regular shows. The after party.
Because Friday night beer gang was definitely in the building.
I was gonna say, ladies do love the beers now.
Yeah.
Like a rodeo. Oh my God.
Friday night, y'all missed some beer gang action, man, to say the least.
My guy Mark Kendrick told you, said, "Man, that's peach fuzz, man."
Hey, you know, keep it
That
clean.
peach
Now.
fuzz.
Keep it
Come on
clean,
now.
now, man.
I got a little soul patch down. I see you though. I ain't gonna call my guy Jay Tuck out there talking about peach fuzz. Oh yeah, too hot for me, bruh. Mo.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Mo gets too hot, bro. I'm out there
yeah,
sweating and like, nah, man,
ain't that hot, man.
Yeah.
No, it ain't that hot, man. Oh my God, just a great show, man. Thanks for keeping the sanity. Not too many football fans in Puerto Rico stay strong. Man, shout out to the island.
Yeah,
Man,
Puerto
shout out to the
I love
island one
Puerto
time.
Rico, man.
Man, man, 2 years ago, I shut out there with the San Juan. Man, had some great pizza, had some great pork. I was over there at the concert. Oh, God bless. What's the name of the spot I was at on the island? Bro, man, love Puerto Rico, man. Love it. I was from Florida anyways. Man, Puerto Rico, I would love to have a great, a travel destination, a little condo, something out there, man. Love Puerto Rico, Joseph.
Yeah.
Look, man, shout out to my guy.
Those waves for the water, bro. Those Puerto Rican waves, bro. It was
love it.
Pivot, man. But I love Puerto Rico. I stayed at the Coronado Hotel, whatever.
Yeah, Coronado. Come on, give me with it. The big white, it's all white in the front and everything.
Yeah. What was that?
Yeah, the Coronado. Yeah, that's where I was. Right across the street, pizza joint. Fire. Yeah. And then you go right down the way, there's a little strip with all the bread. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Man, fire. Without further ado, though, in the after party, man, sometimes we gotta get a little special. Look, we gave away a jersey on the first after party.
What's up, fellas?
We gave away a jersey on the first after party. Then we had to bring a special guest in for the number 2 episode of After Party. Professor O, aka Matt Owen, is in the building. BTW.
What's up, my guy?
The PFF, Mr. Analytics, is in the building.
Someone has to do it, right?
Man, somebody does have to do it. Uh-oh.
Hey, it's the after party, so we're gonna try out a new beer live on air. We have what's the camera? New Belgium.
Oh yeah, we got
Captain Dynamite IPA.
There you go.
Hey, what's going on? We gotta call it. Hey, well, name it where you're from. I know it. Look, real quick. I know it's Polk County because I see the 863. So I'm going to guess this is my guy Ryan.
Good.
Oh yeah. 863, you know it's me, Ryan Carter.
What's going on, Ryan? What you got for us, brother?
Y'all talking about Urban for a second, and I just kind of wanted to touch on the run defense.
Okay.
I know that's hopeful for it, and my main points for that is just, there's a bunch of things, really. One, Dan Quinn is just going to be a better defense coordinator. I think we all know that. That's basically a fact. You can write it down. And then we got Urban, and now with PFF being the new Bible for Steven, we got that number 3 run stopper from PFF last year, according to them. Mm-hmm. We got Basham, who, in my opinion, is 10 times better than any run stopper we had on the other edge, opposite of D-Law last year. And then, sorry about that. And we got just an overhaul possibility, bring in another body with it. And, you can bring in someone like Shelvin, McNeil, just one other those early downs. And I think that we could definitely vault to at least, 15, somewhere around there in the run defense. And I think that could just change everything.
Okay. All right. Well, I appreciate the call in. As always, Polk County's in the building. My old stomping grounds. Appreciate you, Ryan. Owen, Professor O, because as soon as I dropped you in here, man, look, boy, we got the professor. Yeah, hold on, man. We got Matt in the house. Come on, man. Oh, look, right with you the man, Professor O. We got Hey Owens, what's up? Okay, so by all means, you heard a guy Ryan speak, Mr. PFF God, the analytic God, Professor O. Go for it, man.
Yeah. I appreciate the comments. What's up, everyone? That was a great call. So I'm glad that we're on PFF Analytics. It's not the Bible, but it's something to give you context. The reason I'm a big PFF fan, and I've chatted with BJ and a few others about this, is it's easy to eyeball a quarterback. Most of us can do that with no problem. When you look at a defensive tackle versus another defensive tackle in a different scheme, that's where it starts getting murky, and it's harder to kind of evaluate and weight those guys equally. Offensive linemen too, centers. If you ask most people in the league, or most fans, name 15 centers, good luck, right? A lot of people are going to struggle to do that. But when you start looking at a center in a pass-oriented offense for somebody who's a little bit more balanced, and you try to use that context, that's where PFF really shines, in my opinion. But McCarthy came in saying he, evaluated analytics and was all on board about it last year. I don't know what happened to that. But yeah, I agree with the caller though. If we can just get our run defense in that 15 to 18, even 18 to 22 range, tremendous upgrade from last year. Our pass defense was actually pretty good. Nick's brought it up. What were we, 11th last year in pass defense, I think is what it was. So if you get the run defense even middle of the road, that's a significant upgrade with our defense. I agree. I like some of the guys that we brought in. Not big flashy names. We didn't get the Dalvin Tomlinsons or the Anthony Harrises or anybody like that. Maybe KJ Wright. We'll see. But the guys that we did have or did bring a lot of value. I like that we have run stoppers. Brent Urban's going to be a big fan favorite. Action's going to help in the rotation. I like KZ. A lot of people are not that excited about it because they wanted Hooker, and I get it. But KZ's a good player, man. 15 takeaways and 35 starts. When's the last time a Cowboys defensive back was even close to that?
Right. And for me, I'm just like, where is he at health-wise? That's my only concern. Right. And that's why I'm kind of, as I keep going back to the contract, I look at this contract, to me, it makes me worried that he's maybe not as healthy. He has to bet on himself a little bit. But I'm with you. If he's healthy, yes. There's a player here that can be really well. What about you, Jay Tuck? On the caller, and we're talking about the defense. Right, we're going. What'd you think?
Yeah, and I feel like, last week I was kind of asking, what is the end game? But it feels like what Mike McCarthy and also Dan Quinn are looking to establish is just guys who are going to commit to what their focus is. And I feel like the focus this offseason will be stopping the run. So you're getting these guys in that's going to be primarily run focused. Possibly if you're able to add a KJ Wright in, just as we kind of been mentioning, Nick's the front seven, and that will help the pass game as well as far as our secondary is concerned. So I feel like Dan Quinn really has an idea of what he's wanting to do with this defense by bringing in these type of players. Granted, like Matt just said, they're unknown names, but their specialty is stopping the run. And if that's the case, if you can just kind of move the needle a little bit forward with the run defense, that's going to help a lot. And as you mentioned also, when it comes to KZ, it's like it's the same thing you guys just mentioned. Like, it's not him as the player, it's just about the injuries. Coming off an injury-riddled season, to have more guys with injury history, I was like, all right, that's not too much of an excitement. But if he's able to hold up, also Neal's able to hold up, I feel like the Dallas Cowboys can turn a corner once we add some of these players in the draft as well, and possibly a few more additions. Nah.
God, that gummy boy, no, fucking no. I'm gonna tell you right now. Nah. He's down. He's down on my board. He's out of here. Parsons is not here.
Watch his interview. Watch his interview and see how childish he was in his pro day interview.
Bro, look, everything that's in there, Sandusky this and what, bro, no, there's just no way. Look, now, here's where I agree with you, Paz. Here's where I agree with you. If it wasn't for all the BS that he had externally, I'm with you. He would probably be your quote-unquote Chase Young in this draft that you say, okay, I can take this guy at a certain level and he changes us. However, in Dallas with these spotlights and everything that's going on, man, there's no way in hell. I don't care if he's at 44. I'm not taking him at 44.
Let me ask you guys this. What is your thoughts on players who are kind of new to the position? Like they just got switched maybe last year because he was a running back and then was recently switched to linebacker. And that's what he was talking about. He's like, man, I'm a running back. I'm not a linebacker. I'm a running back. And I was like, well, maybe. I mean, and then I also, like Farley was mentioning, he was a wide receiver and also a quarterback and got switched to corner. So do you think that tenure at the position means anything to you guys? Like, because I know in college they change players' positions around a lot, and sometimes you just don't have the natural instinct if you haven't been playing the position for quite some time.
Moving the chain says, I don't need my $160 million quarterback running around trying not to get by Micah Parsons. Neither here nor there. Professor O, back to the Parsons situation and what Jay Tuck said. What do you think?
Right, yeah. So Parsons is definitely a top 10 talent in the draft. You can't draft him, though. Like you mentioned, both of you mentioned several times in the show, everything's amplified in Dallas. All those little things and big things, some of them, off the field will be highlighted in all over ESPN, all over social media, all over the networks, talking about the Sandusky comments and the sexual assault and alleged sexual assault and all the other stuff that he's accused of doing. I'm not going to say what he did and didn't do, but it's just too risky. You can't do that. You can't touch him. Talent-wise, yeah, top 10. Dallas is not going to touch him. I would pretty much guarantee he's off our draft board completely. To Tuck's question, yeah, that's an interesting debate. So you look at guys like Miles Jack. Miles Jack was a college running back originally and then converted to linebacker. There's quite a few examples. Obviously, Caleb Farley is another guy that was kind of a late position switch. Chad Surratt, the linebacker who was a former quarterback at UNC.
Right.
It's definitely something to look at. The question is, how quickly can they understand the position and how quickly can they get up to speed with it? If you're looking at like a 3 or 4 year project, then it's not somebody you want to touch. But if you see somebody who immediately starts to grasp it, it's kind of a different conversation. I rather pick a guy who's been there rather than what we've done with taking cornerbacks and converting them to safeties and things like that. I'd rather take a guy who's a true safety, even if his upside is not quite as high, to get somebody that can come in and contribute right away. But that's kind of my thought. It's going to be kind of a case-by-case basis.
Yeah. I mean, look, like I said, you go back to Trayvon Diggs. I mean, he was a 5-star recruit at wide receiver, and he pivoted to cornerback, but he had years at it. I played some for 2 years, transferred to it, and then I have 1 year I'm getting drafted. I am a little skeptical of that, you know, because nobody had film on you per se. Nobody got to see how you did. Okay, you had 1 great year. And that even goes back to, like, we've seen quarterback Mitchell Trubisky, right? He played 1 year. Oh, he got drafted really high. We see where he's at now. So, no, I'm okay with the idea because I think early on you can pivot positions. But I think once you're in college, after your first year or two, you pivot. I need 2 years. I need 2 years you at that position. I can't see you be 2 years at one position, pivot to a different, and then have a great year. I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to take you top 10, right? That worries me some. My guy Space Cowboy says, not going to lie, Dan Quinn has been was the best addition to the team this offseason. Agree or disagree?
I'm a still for my guy, Big Game James. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. You know, we'll see. The jury still is out to see how he's actually able to put this together. And like I said, naturally, you know, the defense is going to take a leap forward from last year. I mean, they just have to. Like, they could fall off and be better than what they were last year.
We hope.
But I'm really anxious to see how does Dan Quinn utilize the pieces that we have in house and also what he's brought in. Like, so, you know, it still remains. I'm optimistic. I would say that for the most for Dan Quinn. But I'm not going to give him his flowers just yet. So,
yeah, that's an interesting comment. I'm excited about Quinn. I personally would go opposite of Tuck on this one. I think I agree with Space that he was our best addition. You're looking at a defense late in the season. We kind of started to turn it on, but that was more so a product of getting takeaways than the actual defense performing better. Getting the takeaways allows you to score quicker. I think there's going to be a lot of things that are going to help the defense too, aside from just Dan Quinn. If our offense just gets back to more like a league average turnover-wise and stops turning the ball over within our own 40-yard line, it's going to help, especially when you have a struggling defense in the first place. But I do like Quinn. I think he's a guy that players are going to respond to right away. He's been super popular everywhere he goes within his clubhouse. I think he's a guy that our defense can relate to, and he's going to have a simplified defense that guys like Jalen Smith are going to thrive in. Or at least I hope he will. I don't want to don't quote me on that one. But some of the guys that were just flat out confused and did not understand the defense last year, I don't think you'll see that with Dan Quinn. So, yeah, I think I'm going to agree with Space on this one. Or I'm probably being more optimistic than truthful, but I'm going to go with it. Final answer.
I will go with Murphy's Law, or the law of averages, if you will. I'll take the law of averages. I don't know how it can be worse.
Right.
It's kind of where I'm at. The one thing that we heard about, Mike Nolan was, and his people were, they're not great teachers or doing too much, whatever. And so far, early on, what we heard about Dan Quinn is he's a locker room guy. He's a great teacher. And one thing for me that I probably should have harped on more last year when I was doing shows. Out the game, where Mike Nolan was going to be up in the booth and not on the sideline, to me, it always struck me weirdly. I'm like, bro, you're a defensive guy. You don't want to be around your players. Like, offense and defense is two different things. I'm okay with the offensive coordinator being in the booth. I got a quarterback coach on the sideline. I'm okay there.
Right.
And when we get to a defensive coordinator, you don't want to be on the sideline with your guys to be able to talk. So I don't know. It felt, and I should have probably doubled down on that, but I didn't. I think Quinn's going to be on the sideline. I think Quinn's going to be more reactive. This bear front 3-4 under over, what we're talking about should make Jalen Smith be better and whatnot.
Lawrence, a lot of them back in their natural habitat.
If we get people that can stop DeMarcus Lawrence from getting triple teamed, DeMarcus Lawrence will be better anyways.
Right.
But even besides that, I'll pivot off of that. If you get KJ right here on a 3-year deal, that will supplant for me. That will supplant Dan Quinn. I think right now it's Dan Quinn. If I get KJ right on a 3-year deal, I'm like, okay, he's going to be the enforcer. He'll be the voice. Because the one problem, it's the after party. Oh, Jesus H Christmas. It is the after party. My dog's out here tearing up some shit up. I'm sure y'all hear it. Hey! Ass over here. Come here. Fucking up. You hear him running, right? You chill the fuck out. Anyways, here's my thing. Boy, people want to clip this and talk shit. I already know. However, your leader should be in-house. Right? Okay. You D-Law, you paid him. It is what it is. Should be the voice, the whole nine. Forget the hot boy shit. I'm not trying to get there. I'm not trying to do that. However, I'll pivot the question to y'all. I'm going to take a little heat off me. Do you really feel like D-Law's the guy that's leading? Is like, hey, follow me, guys. Here we go. We're going to rally. We're going to do this thing?
No, not at all.
No.
Owen?
No, I don't. That's just not his game. Some guys, I look at him, I don't want to use the Eli Manning comparison, but not everybody is a natural leader just because of your position and value to the team. So I think that's just his personality. He'll talk. He'll do some of the press conferences and give them some quotes here and there, but he's not the guy getting in anybody's space. It's just not him.
Right. No.
Okay. All right. Well, I just,
because he knows the leader is currently right now is the general, man. Like still to this day, like who's firing up the defense, who is on the sidelines in players' faces and pumping them up. Like it's still the general, man. Like that's not DeMarcus Lawrence. It's just not his thing. Like maybe sometimes on the field he kind of gets them revved up if he makes a play or whatnot, and he gives energy out there. He's playing at a consistent level for the most part. But as far as a vocal leader, as far as that guy can kind of light a fire, it's not DeMarcus Lawrence, and it damn sure ain't Jalen Smith as much as he wants it to be. So
yeah, I think Jalen tries. He really does.
Yeah,
he tries to be the leader, but it's not his personality. Right. And to your point, talking about defensive coordinator on the sideline, if you watch the Falcons film, even if you just watch highlights, and you see Casey getting interceptions, and Quinn's one of the first guys to run over there and congratulate him. Obviously, he's the head coach, so he has to be on the sideline. But that's his personality. He's a revved up, excitable guy. Kind of reminds me of if you watch any 49ers game, Salah. That's him.
Right.
He's the dude that's fiery and is going to run over there and yell at you when you did something bad and get right there and celebrate with you when you do something good. So I think that'll help. But to your point, you need somebody on the field that can do that too. So
right. Yeah, and that's the question, man. If you bring in KJ.
Washington, D.C. in the house. I don't know where this is going to go. I don't know. All right. State your name and where you're from.
This is Coop calling from D.C.
All right, Coop from D.C. What's going on? What you got for us tonight, Coop?
I'm just calling to jump in and just make the Pitts people very upset because drafting Pitts at number 10 does nothing to help this team immediately.
Oh, hold on. Okay. Whoa, Coop. You got to tell me how.
With Dak, we're what? Top 5 offense, right?
You think?
Well, going by last year before Dak got hurt.
Before he got hurt, okay.
We were actually better than top 5. I'm being top 5 to be conservative.
Okay, fair.
We're top 5. Drafting Pitts is not going to make that big of an improvement on this team. He's not going to help. I've heard people say, he's going to help Zeke. He's not going to help Zeke.
Okay.
He doesn't. If you have him, and that means you're most likely going to throw more. That means your offense is going to be on the field less because you're not going to be using the clock as much. So your defense is going to be on the field more.
So you think we're going to score? So because we're going to score more, right? That's what you're thinking.
I don't think it's going to get that. The scoring is going to get that much better.
Okay.
Because we were right at the 30s before Dak got hurt, right, or close to it.
Okay.
So I don't see the scoring going up that much more.
Okay.
So me as being a Cowboy fan since the 70s, and being a young guy that came up, my prime time watching Cowboys was under Jimmy Johnson.
Right.
I always remember playmakers. We've got a lot of playmakers on offense.
Mm-hmm.
We need more playmakers on defense.
Okay.
Even with some of these cornerbacks we're talking about, that everybody is pounding the table for, they're not really playmakers.
Oh.
You're talking about taking a guy at 10. Which one of these guys you're talking about right now as cornerbacks are really true?
So wait. So who's the playmaker at 10 that changes this defense, sir?
For me, the guy that I'm pounding the table for is Jeremiah from Notre Dame. JOK.
Hold on. And I'm a JOK guy. I brought him up a lot earlier before anybody else, but you can't take him at 10.
Right.
Especially when you get AJ right.
And
I'm fine with not taking him. I prefer trading down. One of the
not going
to hand as probably as possible, especially depending on how these quarterbacks fall, is a team like New England wanting to trade up.
Okay.
And you can trade back and get them right there.
Okay. Well, here's your problem. Is they're not going to trade behind the Giants or the Eagles. That's one. Two is you say no Pitts. Hey, when's the last tied in from the Cowboys that had more than 4 touchdown catches?
Repeat that?
Yeah, when's the last tight end that had more than 4 touchdown catches for the Cowboys? It's been quite a while. Oh, stop. Hey, wait. I'm not done. You got to talk. My turn to talk. All right. So hold on now. How has our red zone efficiency been the past 4 years?
That's not about enough.
Oh, no, sir. Yes, it is. Because you have to be able to attack the middle of the defense when you get down tight, and we ain't been able to do that. Thanks for the call. Hang up and we'll listen, or you'll listen. But that being said, the I don't want a cornerback because they're not a playmaker, but I don't want Pitts either. That's not going to wash here, guys. Not going to wash here, guys.
I was waiting.
Hey, shout out to my guy Coop though from Washington D.C.
Yeah,
man.
what's up, Coop,
shout out to my guy Coop, man.
I was like, maybe he got something that he just.
I was waiting. And then he backpedaled out.
Either. I was like, okay, well, all right, man.
They hit the trade down train, guys. Okay, wait. With the trade down train for everybody here, real quick. Let's get a spin of the wheel. Let's get a spin of the wheel on the trade down train. Right. Oh. Hold on. Let me backdoor here. Thank you, Ryan. Thank you. Look at that. No, not Savage. No, that's. Man, we had a good talk with my guy Coop, man.
Yeah,
he just pivoted himself out of the situation. That is not what it is.
I was right. I was listening to it. Was like,
I was with him until he said we can't take a corner. I'm like, okay, well. But with that being said, right? Okay. The offense with the defense, this and the third. Can we get better in the offensive side in the red zone? Can that take a step forward? Look, forget adding anybody. Just in general, right? Can that get better this year? Do y'all think, no matter what we do at 10, we can pivot, right? Because we do have Cooper, right? We got Gallup, right? We have CD in the second year. Here comes Jarwin back. He says Pitts doesn't help the run game. I would disagree with my guy Coop there as well. I think he does help the run game. Do we think now that going forward, if we don't add anybody in the first round, and are we okay in the red zone? Is that just a growing phase of our offensive coordinator, or is that something that we need to add that's a missing piece? Go ahead, I'll let you go first.
Okay, appreciate it. Coop, thanks for calling. Appreciate the energy. I completely disagree though. So whether we had Pitts or not, here's some of the numbers with red zone scoring. We were 50% last year, which was near the bottom of the league. We were 57% the year before, which was not very good. We were 51% in 2018. 2016 though, when we were 13-3, 65%.
Okay.
It's a big difference. So if you get a guy like Pitts, he's a matchup nightmare. Not even talking about just the red zone. You're talking about being able to attack the middle of the defense. You put tremendous amount of pressure. You can't put a linebacker on him. He's going to beat them. He beats college CB1s in college all the time. He beat Japan. He beat Horn, he beat Stokes,
Campbell,
he beat
like,
Tyson Campbell. I mean, you name him, he beat them. Dude's a monster. A guy that I like a lot, Israel Mukwamu, he beat him. No problem at all. I'm slaying the end zone. Wasn't even close. So you put a lot of pressure in the red zone. If you can get our offense, here's the way I look at it, kind of going back to his point that it doesn't help us. Adding a Pitts can take an offense that scores 25 points a game to maybe that 27, 28 points a game. Adding a guy like Joker, although I love him, or Horn, does not take your defense from scoring. It's not going to make the same net defense or difference in terms of points allowed scoring wise that you would get as a boost from a guy like Pitts being added to your offense. So that's the way I look at it. So yeah, whether we add Pitts or not, we have to improve our red zone scoring. I don't think you can say it's just Kellen Moore because we had the issue for the last 3 years consecutively.
Right. And that was my point with CeeDee Lamb. I thought that he would make a 1 to 2 point difference in a game with him. And I think on the same token, it happens again if you add Pitts. I think it adds. The one thing that I beat the table about is the best teams in the league. Go look it up. Don't trust me. I'm going to give you the numbers. But if you don't want to believe me, that's fine. Go look them up. The best teams, like the Kansas City Chiefs, people like that, they have less than 100 pass attempts per year outside the hashes. It's all in the middle of the field. It just is. That's where you go. That's what you do. Offensively, attack the middle. Defensively, stop the middle. There's not a guy at 10 that can help this team more. Look, let's go all the way back to the Zeke argument. Zeke helped the team more at that period of time when we drafted him. I'm sorry, Tuck. I'm sorry.
Why are we talking? Why are you bringing up old stuff?
I'm just saying he helped the team more than a Jalen Ramsey. He just did both sides of the ball. It's the same thing with Pitts because my guy said, "Well, the offense won't be on the field so long." I'm like, "Why? Because you're scoring more points." Like it's just again, there you can't really talk at this point of what we went through, what we looked at, the box we've done, everything else, bro. There's not a better player. Look. Another thing where my guy Tuck's gonna look at me like, BJ, I'm gonna beat you off screen. I don't care about look, Jamar Chase, whoever. I don't care, bro. I don't think there's a better player to help this team at 10 than Pitts.
Right.
Period.
I agree.
I don't think there's a better team. There's a better player. Period. That helps. I look at the rest of the draft. I'll get what I need at 10. I'm just talking about specifically 10. There's not a better player because if we take Surtain or we take Horn, okay, cool. It's great. It's fine.
Right.
That doesn't help. That's not instant impact.
Right.
It is what it is.
Right. If we draft Surtain Jr. at 10, we're not beating our chest talking about Super Bowl. Here we come. Like it's just the fact of the matter that's just the facts of it. Now we draft the Kyle Pitts, man. It puts the entire NFL on notice because you guys sit back as a defensive coordinator thinking, how do I stop Michael Gallup, CeeDee Lamb, Amari Cooper, Ezekiel Elliott, Dak Prescott, and Kyle Pitts? Like, it's just too much. You're overwhelmed defensively. And I feel like that's the difference. It really propels this offense forward to a whole nother realm, especially in the red zone. I mean, mismatches. There's no linebacker, as Matt just said, you can put on to cover them. It opens up so much for Zeke in the passing game and the run game. Like, it creates so many different dynamics adding a player of that caliber, especially at the 10th pick. Versus just getting a corner that's just a solid guy, but it's not going to propel this defense anywhere forward. There's no Jalen Ramsey. Going back to 2016, Zeke was here, Ramsey was here. Me personally, got the scar on my arm to show it. I would have took Ramsey, but you could say, why did we need Zeke? From my standpoint, we just brought in McFadden. We had what's his name? Home run.
Alfred Morris.
Alfred Morris, and then we signed Lance Delmar. So we had 3.
Yeah, and we had what's the boy from Arkansas? Still,
he mentioned it, McFadden.
Yeah. We just brought in McFadden, but the 3 of those players fused together is an Ezekiel Elliott, and it's the same thing when it comes to Kyle Pitts. I like Blake Jarwin. I like what Dalton Schultz was able to do. But you can fuse those two together, and you're not going to get half a Kyle Pitts. So you're able to get this dynamic player that really puts this offense and propels them forward versus just getting a guy. Like I said, with Zeke and Zeke and Ramsey, but it's this with Pitts and Surtain. It's off the board between the two. So
I look at it too. If you look at it,
hold on. Brian, let me get this. I'll let you go. Hold on.
Okay.
But dude, I mean, City could help Zeke, yeah, but You lost your offensive tackles. You lost your starting quarterback in the first, and you're starting tight end in the first 3 to 4 weeks. I mean, bro,
right? Think how Zeke was moving before the Dak injury. Like,
exactly, man. I mean, go back to that Ramsey with the catch when he made everybody miss and he scored in the whole 9. Like, it's just different.
Remember that first Rams game when he displayed the belly and everything, man. Like Zeke,
right. State your name and where you're from.
Moving the chains.
Moving the chains. What's going on, Moving? What you got for us, baby?
Listen, I've been thinking about this a lot because that came down really, really hard on Steven with this free agency thing and the lack of good defensive players that we picked up. And I just want to be clear, and I want to make sure that everyone understands that we don't need a top 10 defense to have a really great season.
Right.
I mean, you've got Dak Prescott back. You saw him cook against Atlanta. You saw him do it in Seattle. You saw him do it against the Browns. So he comes back this season. He's back healthy. And you give him his starting line back instead of a ragtag group of undrafted free agents. And you throw in a really good offensive pick at 10, like Pitts or Slater, who happens to be my personal favorite.
Okay.
And you let those guys increase the red zone production, maybe create a lane for Zeke.
Right.
This team is going to be scoring over 40 points a game.
Team 40 burgers.
Back.
All we need is a defense that's going to hold teams under 30. That's all we need. It doesn't have to be great. We don't have to have Surtain. We really don't.
Right.
I think that Dan Quinn can put it together. And we don't. I mean, do we need a top 10 defense maybe to beat Tampa Bay in an NFC championship? Yeah, maybe. No. We might need them to face off against the Chiefs in a Super Bowl.
Right.
But to get farther than we've been in a long time with this first year with Dan Quinn, I think we're off to a good start. I think that we're going to see a lot better year than we've seen since maybe 2016.
Okay.
And we're going to see a lot better performance in the playoffs.
Awesome.
And we're going to do that even if we don't draft defense at 10.
That part. All right. Thank you, Moving the Chains, as always. Right. And by the way, make sure y'all go check out on Twitter. Go check out that article she wrote, man. Fire article for Moving the Chains over there on Twitter. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. A couple of different points. I'll tell you what. Where do you want to start on her points that she brought up there, J-Tuck?
Yeah, all great points. And that's something I've been saying. I feel like where Cowboys fans are right now currently, we were so frustrated about the defense last year that, we're just ready just to address the defense. But as Paul just said, it was really in the trenches that broke us. It wasn't really the pass game. It was the run game. So right now, if you guys really want to fix the defense, then go tell me to go get a Barmore at 10 or something. That makes more sense. I feel like, but it doesn't make sense. But I'm feeling like that's the real area of focus is the front seven that we need to address. I feel like as far as the secondary, and I've been saying this, that was never my concern. You go get me a free safety. We got one. We got strong safeties and Donovan Wilson, a few serviceable corners. I feel like at the end of the season, once everyone got healthy, when we had Cheeto back, Anthony Brown, Jordan Lewis, and Diggs got back, our secondary was playing well. So I feel like what we really need to focus on is the front seven. So we don't need a top 10 offense and a top 10 defense to win the Super Bowl. Give me top 20 and come up in key moments and get us the ball back into our quarterback that we just get his deal to, and we'll be right back rolling. But that was the problem. We couldn't get stops and also meaningful stops when we needed them.
Yeah. I mean, what was it, the 09 Saints, right? Where the offense was just insane, but the defense wasn't great. It was opportunistic. It got turnovers when it needed to get turnovers, and you went and did things. And that's kind of look, and we kind of saw that from this defense to a certain extent towards the end of the last year, getting turnovers. Let's add to that and keep that train rolling. Matt, on Moving the Chains, what do you think there? What's your take?
I'm gonna say one thing. Look at what happened with look at what happened with the Rams. In the playoffs, they had a top defense. Jalen Ramsey, Aaron Donald, like they were solidified and got to the playoffs and didn't get them over the hump. You need a defense that's going to take advantage in optimal times and decisions in the playoffs, but you don't need a team that's going to be top 5, top 10 throughout the season to get you there. Not with the offense that we have in place, especially if you have Kyle Pitts. So.
All right. Professor O.
Appreciate it. Well, first off, Marika, thanks for calling. Check out Moving the Chains Twitter and her website. Great writer, really, really good content. Highly recommend her. Before I jump in, that Matt DuPont said next show I have to have a Dogfish Head 120-minute IPA. So we have a request. I will make it happen. Next after party that I'm invited to, I will have that.
Hold on. Who said that real quick? Let me get it up there on the board.
Matt DuPont.
Okay.
Apparently, we're taking requests on questions and alcoholic beverages. So I will do that next time. We will make it happen.
No, I'm sorry. Now, Matt, we've done a couple shows again. Oh, I'm sorry. Professor O, I can't say Matt because Matt's on the the after party is a little different. We're trying to get this Ciroc sponsor. So me and Jay tell this Ciroc or whatever. We encourage everybody to pour up. Then we're gonna have a good time talking Cowboys, talking everything else. But you know what? You brought IPAs into the building. Yeah, I said IPA. You said you had one. Oh, well, there it is. Look at there.
Yep. So I will make that happen. Thanks for the suggestion. Appreciate that. Yeah, I agree. She made great points. We don't need a top 10 defense. I would love to have a top 10 defense, but with our offense, realistically, we don't need that. If we can just get in the low 20s, high teens, we're good.
Right.
And Pass. Now, Pass, quick history here. Pass wasn't a Dak guy. He thought Andy Dalton could get us over the hump. But here he is. We're not winning the NFC East with a top 20 defense and offense. Well, no, we're talking about a top 5 offense and get the defense to maybe around 15. And then Paz also said,
why not?
Hold on, but he says Dak doesn't have what it takes. I'm giving the answer. Dak doesn't have what it takes to win without a top 5 defense and offense. Like that's stupid. That's like
there's still some of those guys left, huh?
They're still out there. They're still out there.
Okay.
They're still out there. As my guy Paul said, the defense straight harassed Mahomes with that hurt O-line. Right. They were hurt. That's the key.
Right.
So they were able to just use four guys to go get after Pat.
And drop everyone out in coverage and cover two. Right.
And that's the difference. If they were strictly across the offensive line, it would probably been a different story. But hey, such is life. And they didn't do the right thing.
But even through all that, what did Travis Kelce do that game in the Super Bowl?
I don't know. Something like 100 and some odd yards, a touchdown. You know, he has some big drops though, for what it's worth. Man.
Because and I'll answer that question kind of. You know, even if we would have had Dak Prescott in the offense that we currently had last year, and the defense was playing like they were at the end of the year, we would have been perfectly fine. Like I felt like this. I would took this team against anybody, fully healthy offense, CeeDee Lamb, Dak Prescott, and the defense was getting turnovers like they were starting at the end of the game. I'll take that. So just get us. Our defense was historically bad last year. Like if they weren't that bad, our offense would have definitely took care of things. But they were just historically bad, just giving up run and getting gashed, where it gets us off balance, and teams were able to get out of these games with the win. So
yeah, I think third round, Cooper. But he wasn't ranked how these guys are now.
Right.
Do y'all see Pitts as a true tight end? No. Be clear here, Ryan. He can do true tight end shit. The thing that makes him great is he can do more than what a true tight end does. Because the idea that he can't block and he can't come out of being on the end of the line is a fallacy. There's tape to go out there and look, go watch it, go turn on the all 22, go look at it. He does more than that. Yeah, you can put him out wide. I mean, did anybody complain about Rob Gronkowski lining up outside or in the slot or anywhere? Like it's insane to me. Like all of a sudden we wanted to feel some type of way about this guy can do more than just be a true tight end.
Right.
I mean, I'll say it. It's the after party, right? I'll say it.
Right.
Look. I'm going on a limb. I'm going way out on a limb. There's a historical balance when we talk about tight ends for the Cowboys. Even the Mike Ditka. Right now, remember Mike Ditka. In 49 years, Mike Ditka was the last tight end to get drafted in the top 6. He played for the Cowboys, though. By the way, BTW. Okay, right. There's a lineage of Cowboys tight ends that we can talk about. And I ain't just talking about Jason Witten, and I'm not just talking about Jay Novacek. I just brought up Mike Ditka. I can shoot down the line here on y'all. Easily, to me, I've done this for 12 years now, just ranking, looking, building big boards, doing the whole 9. Easily, to me, Pitts has the opportunity to come in here and be the greatest Cowboys tight end we've ever had. And I don't say that lightly. I'm not telling you that he will be, but if he comes in here, he has the opportunity to be the greatest Dallas Cowboys tight end ever.
Right.
Those are facts. Those
Right.
are facts. I don't care what you think from what you look at, where he can be and what he can do in this NFL now. Absolutely. We just have to
Right.
wait.
And it's almost unfair to compare him to tight ends. Like, I feel like he's just something completely. He's not a tight end, y'all. He is a weapon. Like, he's just a full out weapon that you can use in so many. I mean, he can go in the backfield. He can do yeah, man. So, but I mean, but for some reason, I don't understand the new hate towards Pitts. I mean, I guess it's whenever your name is buzzing, then people start to come out and, you know.
Well, no, let's be clear. We started it. It was like, oh, we were crazy. No, Tug. When we started this back in January, nobody wanted to say nothing about him. Oh, you're crazy. You don't need to tie it in. Then it turned into, oh shit. And whenever the ESP, the people of the world that everybody wants to look and see what their people are ranked at, and everybody keeps seeing Pitts ranked before. This is after we said it. Right. He's being ranked in the top 5.
Now
all of a
top
sudden,
2 today.
Top 2 today. Now we got to the point of, but now he's overhyped because we talked about him for so long.
Right.
Now he's
it's
overhyped.
us. It's us. We did it. We did
us.
it. Right.
But like my guy Matt Owens says here, me and Matt Owens are giving up the number 3rd, our second, 3rd round pick. We're going from 10 to 7 to go get Pitts.
Right.
Talk to him, man.
Yeah, so before I jump on that, Matt Dupont made another great point. He says, I'm sure Pitts can block just as well as Jarwin. Never heard anyone worried about Jarwin's blocking skills. No. So look at it this way. If I'm drafting a guy like Pitts, I'm not drafting him for his blocking ability. I'm drafting for what he can do to our offense. Same way that, we'll throw J.C. Horn out there, for instance. If I draft J.C. Horn, I'm drafting him for what he can do in coverage more so than what I'm doing for him in run support, right? I'm drafting him for a specific reason. Any player in the draft you look at, unless they're a quarterback, you have them something in mind, unless they're offensive linemen. So, yeah, the difference he can make in the receiving game compared to Jarwin or Schultz is significant. And blocking, even if he's close to the same as them, why do I really care about that? So, yeah, that's my point I'd like to bring out there. Another thing, too, people are worried about Pitts because they're saying we're neglecting the defense. All of us are on record, or pretty much everybody who wants Pitts is on record by saying Pitts and then go defense.
Right.
None of us want to neglect the defense by any means. We want defensive tackles. We want safeties. We want cornerbacks, too. We just want to say put all of our chips in on the offense because that's going to be the biggest and quickest improvement. Drafting one cornerback, one linebacker, one defensive tackle will help the defense, but it's not going to fix the defense. So let's solidify that offense and make sure that we have gangbusters there, and then we can work on the defense with the next 9 picks.
Because we still got defensive players in-house who ain't touched the field. So it's like, you know.
And
then the 3rd round pick, too, just to finish up that question you mentioned, me and you being on board with throwing in the 3rd round pick. Look at our last 3rd round pick. So we won't talk about him. He's only played 1 year. McGovern, is he a starter? Is he a depth player? I don't know.
Right.
Jordan Lewis, Michael Gallup,
Malik
Collins. Gallup's the only one of those 5 players that I would lose any sleep over not having on the roster. The other 4, they're okay. They contribute, but I would much rather trade up and get a guy that has true Hall of Fame possible potential than take a guy like what we've drafted in the 3rd round, especially when you're talking about our second, 3rd round pick out of the 2.
Right.
I don't think that's a big thing to give up. And with the way that the draft board's falling now, it looks very realistic. You're going to have 4 quarterbacks taken before us, at least 1 offensive tackle, at least 1 wide receiver. Jumping to 7's within striking distance. So if it's there, make the move. I'm all in. Team Pitts.
Yeah, and look, it's like, as we got to say, no, it's always been reported, and I've said this before, Jamar Chase is going to end up in Cincinnati. That's Joe Burrow's guy. Miami has Mike Gesicki. They're not going tight end there. There's 2 guys, either it's Waddle or Smith, that's going to go and be Tua's former guy. He's going to be on the board at this point. That's kind of what I feel. That's kind of how that's kind of where I'm at this point when it comes to that. And again, look. I'm not going to use the generational this that. Generational gets thrown around a little too much for me.
Right.
It does. It does. But when we start talking about, there's not been a guy drafted in the top 6, tight end wise, for 49 years, right? And there's only a handful of guys like right at 10, I think. That is generational when you talk about
Right.
draft position,
Right.
is what that means.
There'll be another
Right.
Patrick Surtain next year. Like,
Right.
or-
So it's like you watch this guy every time, every cornerback y'all want to throw up there, he's dogged in college.
right.
Like the tape is out there. This isn't like we're like, oh yeah, well, this guy can be this or be that and do this. It's like, no, it's out there. Like, bro,
Right.
go look at it. I mean, he has the physical gifts. Like somebody put up the meme, like he's as tall as this guy. He did this, like he's as fast as Terrell Owens. He did the shuttle. It's like, bro, like
Wait
at
till
a certain
this pro day. Wait till this pro day. It's just
right.
gonna be-
I'm just
gonna
like,
be
I'm
crazy.
like, bro, like who changes your defense day one if you take a 10? That's not going to change your. Again, I'm old enough to remember taking Greg. Look, Greg Ellis was a great pick. Low
right.
key, if it wasn't Randy Moss on the board, Greg Ellis was a great pick.
Right.
Longevity, multiple sacks, everything switched from a 4-3 to a 3-4. Still did its thing, did whatever, and you still won with him. However, it wasn't Randy Moss though. And then
Right.
on top of that, we took CeeDee Lamb at 17 last year.
No one
How did
complains.
Diggs? Hold on. How did Diggs work out? 2nd round pick. How did Gallimore work out? 3rd round pick. You
Right.
can look, and that was a lower pick than what we're going to be on every round
How
this
did,
year.
how did Clavion Chasing work out?
Exactly. I was going
Oh.
to say that.
You know, so it's going to be okay. You can. My biggest point from the very outset: look, take Pitts, forget Pitts. I don't care if it's a wide receiver. I don't care if it's an offensive lineman. I don't care if it's a God blessed quarterback. I don't care what you take at 10. You can still help this defense the rest of the draft. It's fine. But
We
the
just did it
idea
Friday night.
that we're out of here because we took not defense at 10 is foolish, and it's very short-sighted, man.
Right.
It's
It
very
really-
short-sighted.
We just showed y'all numerous cases. We've been showing y'all cases since damn near January when we started the draft talk. Like
Talk to
that's
him.
been this whole narrative. We can address the defense.
Whoa. Fish today said he wants to take Pitts now, so let's make sure we give that
Oh, yeah.
space.
Right
Today.
You know,
You might be listening now. What's up, Fish?
Yeah. What's up, Fish, man?
Fish.
What's going on, bro? Yeah, man. So yeah, I mean, because he's been all over this Fish thing. I mean, from the state. But when we started draft talk way back in January, this has been the
Paz, come on, man.
I'm good, bruh. By all means, I'll let y'all rock with
so,
it.
so if Surtain's that good, he won't be available at 10 either.
Nobody good's going to be available at 10, guys. Whoever we take at 10
Everybody's
is
going
terrible.
to everybody that's
Right.
good is going to be gone. They won't be there at 10 now.
Right.
Everybody.
Right.
There's nothing else to say. That's it.
Right. Yeah. I don't. But here's the thing: like, I understand that people want to be controversial and have a debate because it's all fun. But like, you have to start bringing some context and validation to the statement versus just talking randomly because it makes no sense. Like at least the gentleman who called in, I think his name was Coop. At least he was trying to make some context. But you're just kind of just throwing things out there that's senseless, bro. Like, come on, we're better than that. Even though it's the after party we're all drinking, you're better than that, bro. Hopefully, I don't know you, but hopefully you are.
No, you know, I mean, you hope for it. You hope for it.
Right.
You know, but look, hey, Madam, and we had this talk before. I'll let you other people out here. You kind of talked about a couple of different guys that if we, no matter where we at 10, that you were looking forward to, that we could go and do. And I'll let you bless the people with that real quick.
Wait, what's the question? A couple other players.
Yeah, after we get outside of 10, that we can make this defense pop still.
Oh, yeah.
3rd round.
Yeah, so a couple guys in the 2nd round that I like. I don't know if he's going to be there. I'm totally on board with trading up. I love Nick Bolden. I think he can add a lot to our defense. Tackling machine. He has sideline-to-sideline speed. Zaven Collins, good in coverage, good pass rusher. Again, another linebacker I like. Alan McNeil, defensive tackle. A lot of us are on him. There's tons of cornerbacks and safeties this year. This is a very, very deep class. I mean, really the true talent in the defense is in that 2nd to 4th round range. There's a lot of guys in that range that I'm super excited about, more so than anybody at 10.
Say that one more time. Say that one more time for the people that wasn't listening.
Yeah, in case you weren't listening, I'll say it again. I'll say it a little bit louder this time. The talent in this draft defensively is between round 2 and 4. It's a deep class in a lot of positions of need for Dallas, which is good for us, which means you don't have to reach at 10. You take the best player available and let the board fall to you, just like we did last year.
Exactly. It's that simple. Let's simplify things. Let's simplify things. So let's talk fantasy football, right?
Okay.
And all of a sudden, Derrick Henry just falls to you in the first round, right? You're gonna be jumping on the couch excited and be like, damn, I got Derrick Henry at the 10th pick because of the value that you're getting at that 10th spot. It's the same thing. We're getting possibly the number 2 rated player in the draft at 10. That's deep impact that he can have. Like, and there's other players, as Matt just mentioned, that we can get. If I was able to get a Kyle Pitts and we turn around and backdoor like we did on Friday night and get an Eric Stokes, damn it, we just won the draft. Like,
go Dogs! Just in case you didn't hear, go Dogs!
Go Dogs! Yeah. So, or a Gregory Newsome, or some of these other corners, or Nick Bolton. Like, man, if you're able to do that, we won the draft, man. So you guys have to chill with this. It has to be 10 because, as Coop just said, there's nobody at 10 that I really want to take defensively. Well, damn, we're just going to trade out the pick and say screw it. You're like, no, you're going to draft somebody, the best player available, get that instant impact, and wait and start to get these guys that's going to be later in the draft, man. So I saw someone mention my guy Tyler Shelvin, man. Pro Day's coming up as well. There's beasts out there, man. There's beasts all out there, man. So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and think about the Cowboys is, we got 10 picks, right?
Right.
We can get active in rounds 2 through 4. In rounds 2 through 4, 3 rounds, we have 2 picks. 1 second, 2 thirds, 2 fourths. We can get busy. We can come up the board. We can go into 3 impact defensive guys, and that's where the meat of the draft is when it comes to these defensive players and the guys that we're talking about. We get excited about. Literally at 10, if it's not 10 or Horn, man, you're going to be upset at 10.
Right.
Look, and low key, I'm not saying those guys should be at 10, but for sure, if it's not Surtain or Horn, you're going to be upset.
Right.
Dead ass.
Right.
I mean,
if they do take an edge rusher at 10, y'all gonna be pissed. It's defense, but you're gonna be pissed off. I know I am. So
yeah, I mean, no, I already said I'm not talking about DNs. Period. In the first 3 rounds. Right. Period. Even on top of that, like there's no way to like with 10 picks, you're not going to move down to get more picks because at this point, you don't need more picks. Right. You just don't.
You really only need about 5 or 5. You don't need 10 damn picks in the draft. Like,
they're not all going to make your roster.
Right. So, we're going to be sitting back in preseason, like, oh, where's so and so? Why is he not? Like, well, because he's on the practice squad, or he's not. Like 10 draft picks is not going to happen.
Right.
Exactly. So I mean, and you're not going to move behind the Giants and Eagles.
Right.
Like, look. If you really think, look, low-key, if Pitts is there, you want to move back behind them.
Right.
Let them get Pitts.
Yeah.
Deal with him. Come on, man.
Because you think about it from this year, if it wasn't due to injury, only 2 players that were going to get some reps this year was going to be CeeDee Lamb and Diggs. That was it. I mean, because Tyler Biadasz really got reps because Joe Looney went down, and then Tristan Hills. That's why we saw Neville Gallimore. You didn't see Reggie Robinson. You didn't see Bradley Anae. So 2 of those players were only going to get serious reps this past year if it wasn't due to injury.
Right.
And Brian, and Brian Cooper said, if I didn't say there was no one I preferred at 10, I said my guy I want is Jeremiah. And look, and I love the Joker. I do. He goes, who's a playmaker?
Where's he gonna play?
Right. Well, I look again. I told you before. I'll stay true to that. I think he's the evolution of linebacker. I think he's a linebacker. Those that want to play him at safety, I think it's a falsified move for him. I think it's a bad look. I think he's a better Isaiah Simmons. They didn't know what to do with Isaiah Simmons. I think you should have a clear-cut idea with Joker and say, I mean, he's a linebacker. At best, I'll put him in the slot at times. And that's it. No safety bullshit. None of that.
Right. We just
Brian,
brought a guy in for that.
Now, Brian, here's what I'll agree with you on. Go get a corner at 10 and trade back up for the Joker. I'll take that. I think that makes impact. I think you have to, here's my point. I think I have to get 2 top defensive guys for the same impact of Pitts. Yes, I'm gonna give my guy J. Tuck Horn. I'll bow out on the Surtain. I'll give my guy Horn, and if I can go get the Joker as well, I will be A-okay there. But that's how much I feel about Pitts, because I don't have to do that to make me feel good. Right. I got to get 2 guys on defense, 2 guys in the first round probably in the top 20. Because I don't know if the Joker makes it past 20, but I got to get 2 top 20, 10 to 20, 2 top 10 to 20 defensive guys for me to move off of Pitts. And that's what I feel about it. That's my thoughts. That's your guy Nixon's thoughts, and that's how I feel.
That's facts.
Just saying.
You would have to get Horn and turn around and move up and maybe get like a Nick Bolton or something that.
Yeah, somebody.
Right,
it has to be the cornerback in somebody.
Right.
It has to be 2 top 20 guys defensively. I'm like, all right, this defense can make a turn now. It can't be just one guy.
Right.
Pretty much as soon as Philadelphia traded down, any thought of trade downs for me was off the books because I don't want to trade behind those 2.
Right.
When it was just the Giants, like then you can say, well, move back to 15. You're still ahead of Washington. A little bit easier to swallow, but when that happened, I'm like, I just can't do that. I get it. I'm all for trading up. There's a lot of players, especially in that mid to late first round, I'd love to get. I just can't trade back behind 2 division rivals because I'd look at if I pass up on Pitts or Horn or Surtain or any of these guys that our fans like and they turn out to be studs and I have to play them twice a year for the next 10 years because I traded back a pick or 2, I better slam, have home runs in those picks or I'm going to regret that for years.
Right.
Boom. With that being said, man, we got about 10 minutes left. So with that being so any questions y'all want to get them in right now. I'm gonna roll out the carpet real quick. For sure, my guy, Professor O, we gotta get his Twitter followers up, man. We gotta get them followers up over there on Twitter, man. We gotta bump him up. Matt, tell the people where they can find you, man.
You can find me at Professor O_NFL. I changed it just to make it easier to find me. So Professor O_NFL.
Boom.
There it is. Professor O_NFL. J Tuck, man. Go ahead, man. Roll it out. Tell the people.
Yeah, you guys can find me on Twitter at JTuck151. If you're gonna copy my tweets and put them in the Star Gang, please give me my credit.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Don't crop me out.
Tucker. Just put just hit that at and then put JOR
out, bro. Like, yeah, man, we're family. You ain't gotta crop me out. And then also on the YouTube channel, Cowboys Fans Only. Comment, like, subscribe. We're making a push for 1,000 subscribers, man. So I really need you guys' help. Let's make that push, and we're gonna get there, man. Got some giveaways we're working on, and a lot of fun things coming. Getting ready for this NFL draft. So.
And okay, with that being said, we'll dive back in the last 10 minutes. You shouldn't draft with the mindset of who goes to your rival. Well, I mean, that sounds great. However, whenever your 2 rivals are right behind you, they're going to think about that. It's no difference whenever you don't trade a player within your division. Right. It's the difference of you don't trade a player within your conference. You want to get him out of the conference. Right. Yeah, you shouldn't do that. I don't disagree with that. However, this is how they think. It's not mine or Tuck's or O's thought process. This is what they do. So
I get back to fantasy football. I'm looking at the draft board. Knicks needs a running back. There's a running back, and I have 3 of them. I'm taking another running back, and then I can trade you a running back if you want. Like, there's strategy that comes to the draft. It's not like, well,
Dallas Goedert with Philadelphia. They traded up 1 pick in front of us for a reason.
I was there at the start when that Jason Witten retirement news broke. I was doing a tour, and damn right, Philadelphia heard that. Like, no, we're not going to let Dallas get another tight end. We're going to take Dallas. It's all a game. Just strategy goes into it. So
yeah.
So guys, Mendoza put his top 9 picks.
Okay, you want to throw them up there? I got you. Go for it.
Yeah, let's go. Pitts falls to us in this scenario. We'll take Pitts off the board and say Dallas doesn't draft him. Who are you taking here?
All right. Let's see what we got. So Lawrence 1, Zach Wilson 2, Trey Lance 3, Justin Fields 4, Rashawn Slater 5, Devontae Smith 6. Micah Parsons 7th, Patrick Surtain 8th, and Penny Sewell 9th. That leaves us Horn. That leaves us Pitt. Can't say Pitts.
I know who it leaves us.
Dadgummit.
Gotta be Horn there, right?
So I'm just gonna bow out. It's the after party. I'm just gonna bow out. Sir J Tuck, by all means, here's your flowers. Go right ahead.
If that's the case, you take Ja'Marr Chase, man. That's it. Yeah. If that's the case, man, you take Ja'Marr Chase and you get the hell up out of here. You do not let the Philadelphia Eagles sit back and trade back and still get the guy they wanted in the first place. Nah. You take Ja'Marr Chase. We'll move Michael Gallup for some possible additional pieces and get this thing on rolling, man. So that's my pick.
You move Gallup
Professor
this
O?
year or next year?
I'll probably move him this year. I'm moving him this year. If I take Chase, I'm moving Gallup now. If I take Pitts, I'm keeping Gallup. That's where I stand.
Okay. Well, Professor O, who you taking?
Yeah. The first thought is Horn, and then I realized Chase was still there, so I got to take Chase.
So y'all really going to tease me with this, guys? Y'all really going to build this up and tell me I can't take Pitts right here?
Yeah, I mean, we've talked Pitts all night, so I'm
He's
like,
in-
let's take
he's
him
in-
off the board. And go
He's
somewhere
in
else.
Detroit.
All right. I'm like Denzel and Dadgum Trinidad. Okay. All right. I'm putting cases on all you mother. All right, fair enough. You know what? Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take Waddle. That's what I'm gonna take. I'm taking Waddle because it's different. It brings something to the table that we don't have offensively.
Is it the return game or the speed or both?
It's both. It's both for me, to be honest. I automatically get CeeDee Lamb up off the return game. It's the speed in a different dimension to this offense that we don't have. And then the other side to me is, I'm like, y'all, I'm not getting rid of, look, I've said this before, I'll say it again. I am not getting rid of my guy. I'm just
Well,
not.
you have to if you get Chase.
No, I don't care. No, look, I'll take Chase. I'm still not getting rid of him. Man, I want the Infinity Gauntlet. I want all the gems. Man, I am loading completely up for 6, and then I'll figure it out afterwards. I'm not getting rid of anybody. Period. Look. It would have to be an amazing deal to come through for me to move on. It would have to be, because
when you say amazing, is that second round pick or first round pick? What's amazing to you? How far? What would it have to be?
First, it has to be a first. It has to be a first, or a cornerstone defensive player. It has to be. I'm sorry if I'm moving on from Gallup, bro. You got to give me something. I'll just keep him, take the 3rd round pick, and I'll figure it out later. I don't care. Like look, if you gonna give me a first, top 20 first, sure, maybe I can do that. But man, I just know I'm trying to load up. I want the gauntlet. I want to hit that snap. I'm trying to phase out. As soon as my gauntlet's gone, I can snap. I'm snapping 50% of the NFC out. Is what I'm doing. 50% of the NFC is gone when I put this thing together, and then I'll figure the rest of it on the backside. Like I said, I'm going to get a 3rd round pick anyways when he walks. And I don't know. Look, and let me be clear. So before anybody, maybe Fish talks about it, whoever talks about it, remember I said it first. I don't know if Gallup's going to walk out this door when the money comes in.
Right.
He brings a different level that these other wide receivers don't. There's no guarantee he's leaving the door. Everybody just says, "Oh well, he's gone. He's gone. He's gone."
That's the Stephen Jones in us.
We curiously did not restructure Cooper either.
Yeah,
or maybe something to that timing wise, and then the TV deals are coming in. So yeah, Matt Dupont agreed with you. He said he's keeping Gallup too.
No, Brian Cooper, no gin over here. Ciroc only.
Yeah.
Go ahead there, Professor O.
I was just saying in the chats, people are saying they're keeping Gallup too. So yeah, that was a good question. I just want to see, we talked Pitts a lot tonight. So I saw this mentioned earlier. I'm sure you guys probably saw the quote, but Brevin Jordan from Miami, a lot of fans are high on him. He's more of that 3rd round pick. I think he ran like a 4.6 40. Does a lot of the same things Pitts does, not as high of a level, but he does it. He said, quote, Dallas coaches love me. So we miss out on Pitts. You guys cool with him in round 3?
Yeah, I mean, injury issues. There's some injury issues. The thing about him as well is, though, he's young. Not like a Richie Grant that we get to talk to about tonight, who's, 23, 24-ish.
24 in November.
Right. I mean, he's a young guy. But a lot of injuries. But yeah, now you turn on the film, you see what he does. Of course, if he's sitting around there on the 4th round, or your 3rd round compensatory pick, are you mad at it? Here's what I do know. Here's what it tells me. Hold on. Let me get right real quick. Hold on. Let me get this drink real quick. We're about to get out of here. What I will say is this. For every single person that has told me since January, when I talked about Pitts and told me we don't need a tight end because of the guys we have, to hear that and what the Cowboys have talked to him about lets me know I know exactly what the Cowboys need. Because obviously for them, because you are right, Professor O, I think they have to get him in the third round. I don't know if you can get him in the fourth, but tight end obviously is on their mind. So if tight end is on their mind, ladies and gentlemen, and we looked at the press conference and said, hey, you got to be open, Stephen Jones, if you don't get a CeeDee Lamb, and y'all think that Pitts is going to be there at 10 and he's not going to take him?
Right.
Okay.
I just can't wait to that magical questions asked on Wednesday. So Kyle, have you talked to the Dallas Cowboys? Yeah, me and the ooh, Twitter that day. Y'all gonna block me.
With that being said, man, it was episode 2. It was episode 2 of the after party. You know, episode 1, man, we gave away a jersey. We have the screenshots. I know Tuck is working the back numbers. We're going to see who ends up with that, man. For episode 2, man, we had a guy, Professor O, on, man, dropping some knowledge, man. Again, notification buttons on the Star Game Podcast on YouTube. Subscribe, notification button. Over there on CFO, subscribe, notification button. Because we're going to get this thing together. We do this after party. It could be on CFO's channel. It might be on the Star Game channel. We don't know. But we're going to bring some curveballs. We're going to talk a little extra, not just Cowboys, a little anything in between. With that being said, though, guys, the red carpet, Professor O. One more time for the people where they can find you.
Right. So if you're paying attention, New Belgium, we drank you. We tried it out tonight.
Yeah.
I give this an 8 out of 10. It was good. I'm an IPA fan. Dynamite. It was good. So New Belgium, come through with the sponsorship. Ciroc, sponsor Star Gang, sponsor Tuck. We need those sponsorships for our after parties.
We're working on it, man.
Hey, commenters, thanks for everything. You can find me on Twitter at Professor O_NFL.
Bam. J Tuck.
Yeah, man. Find me on Twitter at JTuck151. I appreciate all the comments, man. I appreciate all the football talk, man. And then hit me up on my Cowboys fans only YouTube channel. Comment, like, subscribe, share, man, and catch me with the after party with Knicks and also on the Star Gang from time to time, man. Just love talking Dallas Cowboys content with the family, man. So it is what it is, man. You can either get on this pit train or you can lie down on the tracks at this point, man.
Yeah, you already know, man. As always, Star Game Podcast on YouTube, man. Sub, hit the bell, the whole 9, man. On Facebook group page, like and follow the page, jump in the group. I'll get you added in there, and then, of course on Twitter, your_guy_Knicks. Man, come follow me this close. I'm like him on the YouTube. I'm this close to 1,000 followers on Twitter. Man, trying to get in there and get with that. But again, man, shout out to the chat, man. Y'all were great tonight. As always, every time, man, y'all bring the heat. Without y'all, there's no us, man. So, right. Man, it's good times, man. Hey, man, where were we now? We were like 30 days away from the draft. We're about 30 days.
Exactly. It's exactly 30.
Ooh. 30 days.
Yes, it's turning up for sure. All right, man. Appreciate y'all as always. Y'all have a good night.